We'll be reading from Daniel 3. A gold idol and blazing furnace. King Nebuchadnezzar made an image of gold 60 cubits high and 6 cubits wide. He set it up on the plains of Dara in the province of Babylon. The king Nebuchadnezzar summoned the satraps and prefect, governors, counselors, treasuries, judges, um, magistrators, and all the authorities of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Then they set traps, administrators, governors, counselors, treasuries, judges, magistrators, and all the authorities of the provinces assembled for the dedication of the image that Melech or the king that King Nebuchadnezzar had erected. They stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then they hallowed, herald loudly proclaiming, "You are commanded, O peoples, nations, and languages, that when you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipes, and all kinds of music, you must fall down and worship the golden image that King Nebuchadnezzar has set up. Whoever does not fall down and worship will that same hour be thrown into the midst of the furnace of blazing fire. Therefore, as soon as all the peoples heard the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, and pipes, and all kinds of music, all the peoples of nations and languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. At that time, certain Syrian Chaldeans came forward and denounced the Jews. They spoke up and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, "May the king live forever. You, O king, made a decree that everyone who hears the sound of the horn, flute, and zither, lyre, harp, pipes, and all kinds of music must fall down and worship the golden image, and that whoever does not does not fall and worship will be thrown into the midst of the furnace and blazing fire. There are certain Jews whom you appointed over the administration of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. those those men pay no heed to you, O Melech, O king. They do not serve your Balaam gods, nor will they worship the golden image that you have set up." Furious with rage, Nebuchadnezzar ordered Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to be summoned. When those men were brought before the king, Nebuchadnezzar responded to them, saying, Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you don't serve my Balaam, my gods, or worship the golden image that I set up? Now, if you are ready at this moment you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, and harp, and pipes, and all kinds of music, you must fall down and worship the image that I have made. But if you do not worship, you will immediately be thrown into the midst of the furnace of blazing fire. Then what Baal will be, O God, will you be able to deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied to the king, saying, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to answer you concerning this matter. If it is so, our God whom we serve is able to save us from the furnace of blazing fire, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. Yet, even if he does not, let it be known to you, O king, that we will not serve your Balaam, your gods, nor worship the golden images that you set up." Then Nebuchadnezzar was filled with rage, and appearance of his face changed towards Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times, hotter than it was normally heated, and commanded some of the mighty men in his army to tie up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the furnace of fire, blazing fire. So these men, wearing their robes, tunics, hats, and other clothes, were bound and thrown into the furnace of blazing fire. But because the king's orders were so urgent that the furnace was so extremely hot, a raging flame killed those men who carried up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Those 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell bound into the midst of the furnace of blazing fire. King Nebuchadnezzar was astonished and leapt to his feet. He asked his ministers, "Didn't we cast 3 men bound into the middle of the fire?" They replied to the king, "Surely, O king." But he answered, saying, Look, I see 4 men walking about bound, unbound, and unharmed, in the middle of the fire, and the fourth has the appearance like a son of man of the gods of the Balaam. Nebuchadnezzar approached the door of the furnace and of blazing fire, exclaimed, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out and come here." So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out from the middle of the fire. When the satraps, administrators, governors, and royal ministers had gathered around, they saw that the fire had no effect on the bodies of those men. Not a hair of their head was singled out, nor were their robes scorched, nor was there a smell of fire on them, on them. Nebuchadnezzar exclaimed, Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch haba Adonai Yahuwah, or blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angels and delivered his servants who trusted in him. They defied the king's edict and gave up their lives rather than serve or worship any gods except their own gods. Therefore, I hereby decree that any people, nation, or language that says anything slanderous against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego will be thrown limb from limb, and their house made a pile of rubble, because there is no other God that is able to deliver in this way. The king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. King Nebuchadnezzar, to all the peoples, nations, and languages who dwell in the earth, may your shalom or peace abound. It seems good to me to declare the signs and wonders that Yahuwah Most High Yahuwah Elyon has done for me. How great are his signs and mighty are his wonders. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, his dominion from generation to generation. You world, be warned, serve no idols, saith the Lord.